May I meet my lovelies and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be setting up my reading journal, and while I was cutting up some stickers to use in this setup, I realized that this looks like the world tree. It's a tree, but it reminded me of the world tree, Yggdrasil from Norse mythology, and I kind of like that because books are ways into different worlds, doors into different worlds. That's what I was trying to say, but that's okay, we got there eventually. So yes, today we're going to be setting up my reading journal. Again, like my 2025 bullet journal, I don't actually know what theme I want to use. I might use my books and comfort stickers from my shop. I might not. I might pull some random stickers that I have lying about. I might not. Who knows? What I do know is I'm pretty sure this stack of CAWPILE stickers that I made just now, just before I started recording, they printed a lot smaller than I wanted them to, but that is actually perfect because I kind of have semi-large handwriting. And I do want to be writing a lot about these books in this journal. So having my writing be smaller and out of the way, it actually might just be the same size as the covers that I'm going to print for the books, which is perfect because I like things that are same but also can add different dimension or whatever. But these are CAWPILE stickers. I don't think I'm legally allowed to offer these up for sale, but they're very easy to make for yourself. Even if you don't want to do stickers, you can just write them in yourself. And then I have some random bits and bobs, but some lines, some brown paper, the headers for the spreads here already written out because I wanted to be prepped. I've got some, you guessed it, blue paper. Well, is bluey green? It's more green than blue, and I can't remember if that makes it teal or mint, whichever one, but it's a paper, colored paper that's not blue. Been around for the last 2 videos. You know, my tried and true color combination when I have no idea what to do is brown and blue because that's all I have. You guessed it, brown paper, some grids, some blank squares, some gold gift paper, and then I have some, I don't remember what they're called. I think I have them saved in a folder called vintage papers, but they're just like free to use paraphernalia papers from online that I printed on regular printer paper because it's a lot thinner and easier to like rip and tear. So this was like Secret Society and Emblem Charms. I don't know if any of these are like real. I truly hope not. That's what's happening there. Some dictionary pages. This one's for S. This is H. This is M. More M. Some O, some P. Yeah, and these can just be ripped and used. I thought using these specifically for the reading journal was great. I've had these printed for ages. And then some random cardstock in some colors. I don't even know if I'm going to use this, but I pulled it out at the same time as the dictionary papers, so who knows if I will or not. But let me get this stuff out of the way, jeez Louise. Put it off to one side so that I can open up and show you about my board. What is it? Mat? Something. Mouse mat. That's what it is. So this is the cover page for the journal. Obviously we're going to have decorations here and here, and this is going to just say reading journal. I might do this in brown because I am getting kind of tired of this dark black, and I really do want to soften things. I do need to glue these 2 pages together. And then we're gonna have I'm gonna call it, what did I call it? I don't remember, I wrote it down. Here in my journal, I planned out my reading journal, the spreads, what spreads they are, where they're gonna go, etc, etc. So I believe this page is B, which if I look on my thing, no, that's cover page spread. So what is A? Am I losing my mind? Oh, the nameplate. Oh, I don't think I did that. I'm guessing this is C then. C, which is the index. Place to keep track of where I logged a specific book. Yeah, so that's, I think this would be my index. So it's 2 pages. I don't plan on reading many books this coming year, because a lot of the books I have are really thick. They're like 300, 400 pages long, most of them. Some of them I think are even longer than that. But I will be rereading some of my shorter ones, and those are like less than that, at least half, if not less than that. And then I do have, I believe it's a complete series, and I have all 3 books of that. And then I have, well, we'll get into that. And then we have my reading goals, which is going to be like, but like I said, let me finish that thought first. I'm not going to be reading, I'm not setting a goal for me to read like 100 books the next year. This reading journal is more than likely going to last me multiple years. And that's probably why I think there's a part of me when I was setting, like sketching and all of this, that was like, I'm not going to fill this entire book in a year. This is probably going to be like the equivalent of a yearly collections bullet journal, where it's just the yearly collections and you use it over years. This is probably going to be that book for me, because like I said, a lot of the books I have are pretty long, and I do a lot of stuff as well. And I'm also going to be spending a lot of time writing about the book just to keep my memory fresh about it. So that's probably why I didn't put like a year here. And it's also probably why I put like, I've got 2 pages of index to last me more than a year. But then like this doesn't stop, like it stops at 100, but that's not to say I'm gonna stop at 100 by December. So like, sure, I have this is gonna be like the color code for the months. Let me just prop this up so we're not getting shadows, even though I am a massive shadow on this page, and that's okay. It's because I haven't spun my desk yet, which is getting on my nerves because I really want to. And then we have the book ratings. I'm using the CAWPILE system simply because I don't trust myself to make an arbitrary rating. So I'm just going to use a guideline for rating. And you can find this. I'll probably link it down below, but if you haven't already, I can't remember who it's by. I truly, like, their name escapes me. But I know who it is. I don't think I've ever watched a video. But I've heard of them through Joshi Corinne, and I think also Plant-Based Bride, I believe, used their system as well. I know Joshi Corinne is changing their system a little bit, but then I've got my ratings down here just for me to figure out what the heck is going on. And then I've got my book tracker, and then this is on the list, which is like a maybe next or my to be read list. But to be read is very daunting, and I can't buy books willy-nilly. Don't have the resources for that, and I can't borrow books because, again, having a time limit on the book is going to drive me insane. I actually have 2 library books here from like 6 years ago. I haven't returned them, but also the library just didn't contact me about returning them, so I guess they don't care that I have them, but they're mine now, I guess. Whatever. But book tracker, the ones I read, and on the list is maybe the next book in the series. So it's like, okay, if you finish this series and you want to continue it, this is the next book in that series. Or here's a recommendation that I found, like, I don't know, on Pinterest, or like I saw in a different video, whatever. That's gonna go here. And speaking of series, here's my spread for my series tracker. Like I said, I do have series on my shelves right now. So having a place to be like, okay, I've read the first book, so that means like I can read the second book, but this is also going to help me keep track of what actually is the second book, because let me tell you, when I tell you, I don't know how I managed to do this, but I have City of Ashes, Clockwork Angel, Lady Midnight, and those are, I believe, and then what's the next one? Immortal Instruments, City of Bones, I believe. So City of Bones and City of Ashes, I believe, are the same series. Clockwork Angel is a separate series, and Lady Midnight is a separate series, but it's like it's like, I don't think it's even the first book in that series. I think it's the second book. So I just have multiple series from the same author, by the way, Cassandra Clare. I really like how she writes. A lot of things can be said, but I really like how she writes and how she captures like times and stuff. But the Mortal Instruments series, I'm pretty sure I have a book from each timeline in that series. And it's not even, I think City of Ashes and City of Bones are in, like I said, in the same series. And I think I think I have 1 and 2. And then Clockwork Angel is 1 of a different one. And Lady Midnight, like I said, is 2 of a different one. So I'm pretty sure I got those series started at least. And then I have another series I think is complete, like I said earlier. I think it's complete, and it's the 3 books. I don't remember the name of it, but it's Reached, Crossed, and Matched. And then from there I bought 2 new books. I don't remember the name of them because they're still in the bag in my room, because I didn't want them in my studio collecting dust, because when you cut and print stickers, dust comes up from that, especially from the cutting stickers part. But anyways, I digress. I've been going on for too long. And then next would be like the monthly cover. So I don't know when I'm planning on starting this book. Maybe I'll start it in January, but I'll have that page for that. But yeah, I've been rambling on for literally too long. So I'm gonna get started, and I will see you once I've done stuff, I guess. Now, I promised myself when I was originally recording this to not do a voiceover. However, I feel the need to, because for a lot of this I did not speak. So I'm just gonna run through doing the cover page for the reading journal. The actual spread that says reading journal took a lot. It might not look like much, but it took a lot. Not only did the books and comfort page that I was using not print well, it was a test print that, well, it didn't cut, let's just say. So I had to physically cut it with some an X-Acto knife, so that I could use it. But then like halfway through I was like, I can't be bothered, and I threw it away, and I used one of the ones that did properly cut. But then it turns out that didn't properly cut, so I have to go back in and tweak the settings for those. But I still managed to use it. I did get the product pictures taken before I started using it, because it's a whole mess that's going on in my head right now. But the cover page is using some of that green blue paper that I used earlier, with some of the brown craft paper, a brown and blue washi tape, some of the text pages that I had left. It was just a bunch of like really old-timey like newspaper print, so it was just a bunch of ads basically. And then it doesn't look like much now, but eventually it will look like a little bit more. However, the part that didn't get recorded as stated in the video was just me using my brown Stabilo fine liner to outline reading journal, and then I was using a brown Crayola super tip to color it in. Now, when I tell you that I've had these pens for so long now that I've used up basically all the ink in them, so they're dry. So like about halfway through the setup, I had to switch back to black because I didn't have any other brown pen to use. I have very limited supplies, but I try my best with what I've got. And so like you can see in the brown Crayola super tip right now is like very dry, but it still fit the aesthetic, so I didn't mind. I didn't have to go over it to fit what I wanted, but there it is. And now onto the index. Now I don't think I said much about this in the actual parts that I did speak in this video, because the index was so quick and easy to do that I just didn't bother saying anything about it, I don't think. So it's just a bit of the craft paper around the corners with some of the blue to just create like a sort of semi border around the page, because the page is so simple. And I do actually, remembering now, I do think I do say something later in the video about the index where it's plain looking, because there's going to be so much text on it, so I didn't want to take up so much space. However, just a quick run through of what was going in my brain. The index actual table goes over the paper, the decorative paper on the side, which by the way is very hard to write on because there's no dots to follow. So what I did was I just measured the spacing of the page column and then did dots along the line to line up so that I'd have something to draw against. I don't know how to say that properly, but that's what's going on. And so there's just two of the same table on this spread, and I didn't title it because I didn't think it was necessary to title it. Finally done my reading goals page. This took me way longer than it should have, and at one point my phone stopped recording and it did not catch me doing something. I don't know how much of it did not catch, but it's finally finished. As you see from the sketch, I actually added 2 more boxes. Because like I said before, I don't know how long this book is going to take me to fill, and so I just rather have like enough squares to assign a color to say this is the month that I read this in and blah blah blah. But now we're going to do my book ratings. Hopefully this will not take me as long as this did. It doesn't look like it will, but I will try to get through this. If not, I'll just have to dedicate another day to recording, and that is fine by me, because my desk is a mess and I'd rather it not stay like that for a while. But if it has to, then I can live in that, hopefully. But yes, I will get started on the CAWPILE rating system. Okay, my book ratings page is coming along. However, this part here is messing me up real bad. So I'm gonna leave that for another day and I'll come back to it. I need to redo it is basically what I'm trying to say. Because I think my math is wrong. So I'm just gonna have to fix it on a different day. But now I'm going to go into these pages, and I think that is it for this setup. No, I still have my series tracker to do. Yes, okay. So now I'm gonna go into these pages and finish those up. We're back with the book tracker and the on the list page. I do apologize. This is the next day and I am a bit sniffly as I usually am in the mornings for some unknown reason. But here I am. I've been sneezing on and off and blowing my nose for who knows why. And I'm not sick. This just happens every single morning that I've woken up on this here earth. Anyways, the book tracker and the on the list. I did do most of this off camera. I say most of it. I did the lines off camera because I had to paint them on my gray tombow. Just about all of my gray tombows have dried out because I've used them so much and I don't have the ability to get new ones. They're on my list to get, but they're like not top priority because I have other material I can use to do this. So I've just been using some watercolor to put in some gray lines for an every second highlight. And so I'm going to go in and do some outlines on this side, and then I'm going to put in the chart headers on this side. So I think I explained this yesterday in a clip, but the book tracker is for books that I've read, which I'm going to put like in this little space here. And then on the list is like books that I have or want to get that are in a series or just standalone that look interesting, and I'll put them here. And then I can put the genre if it's in a series, and if I have it, I believe is what that was. I'd have to look back at the clip to see because I erased my key instead of writing it down and then erasing it. It's always going to be like that for me apparently. But yes, I'm going to go in and line these and do all of that, and then move on to the next spread. So we finished with these, and as you see, I've been going through and I've been adding some stickers from the books and comfort sheet to these pages. I did go in, just quick catch up as, oh my god, the weed whackers outside. I cannot believe, whatever. I'm gonna keep going because I'm gonna be editing over this anyways. What the heck is this? I've been adding stickers. I did update my CAWPILE page. I did fix it a little bit. I have, annoyingly enough, this is the word I was looking for, 11 little bitties. My brain's not working because it's just falling apart. But 11 ratings, or like, oh my god, what is the word? Decimal places, score points, whatever, for my ranges that go to, because I'm doing half stars as like the middle ground, because when you're dividing 70 by 7, not 70 by 7, oh my god, an X amount of number out of 70 by 7 is going to give you like decimal points, unless it's divisible by 7 or 10 or whatever properly. So having a range is going to help me figure out like what does 1.35 look like or whatever. It's going to be like it's going to be like 3/4 of a star or whatever, what have you. And then the book tracker, very simple. I'm not on the list, very simple. I just put like a strip of washi tape, some stickers like down in the corner and at the bottom just to add to it. We're on to the series tracker now, but I'm gonna crack on, get the series tracker done, and that'll be the end of the setup, and then we're gonna do a flip through. So my series tracker is finished. I do have a lot more series than I thought I did. This series I actually have all the books for, because it's a trilogy, as well as Dream Hunter, it's a duet, and I have those. I only have the first 2 for Miss Peregrine's, but I do know my local bookstore has the rest of them. Curse Workers I have the first book for, and I do believe I saw the last 2 also at the bookstore. Infernal Devices, I think I have 2 of them. No. Infernal Devices, I have the first one. Mortal Instruments, I have the first 2. The Dark Artifices, I have the first one. So the Lady Midnight one is actually the first one. School of Good and Evil, I have the first 2, and my bookstore has the rest of them. The Kingdom of Fire, I have the first one. I don't know if my bookstore has the rest of them. Oh, I missed 2. I don't think they're series. Maybe they are, but I'll add them afterwards. Song of Ice and Fire is the Game of Thrones series, and I have the first book, and it's so big and so small. But I'd much rather read it than watch it, to be honest. And then Dream Hunter, I have no idea what it's about, but like I said, I have these 2. These 2 are the library books that I just did not return, or did not even get notified that I had to return them. So I just have them. And I do think I do have more series that I can add. I just didn't look hard enough, I guess, because my books are all over the place, and it's at this point where I'm just like, I need a shelf. I need to move this dresser out of here, and I need to get a shelf so I can just put stuff away and turn my old desk into a proper like book space, as well as like pull it so I can use it for like recording because right now I'm using my computer desk and my work area. But there is, anyways, I'm going off track. But anyways, that is it for this setup actually. So we're gonna do a flip through from the very beginning. Hello Whiteout, you're gonna be with us for this because I need you to prop stuff up. So we're opening up to the cover page, the title page, reading journal. Let me zoom out just a little bit more so we're not so cramped. I can't zoom out very far because my desk isn't that wide. This desk isn't that wide. Anyways, the cover page, which is actually really nice. Then the index, which is very limited in decorations because there's going to be a lot of writing on it, and then that's going to be it's just going to be a lot. So I don't want to like overwhelm it. Then we have my reading goals, which is 1 through 100. This is, like I said at the very beginning, I don't expect this book to get filled in a year. I expect it to last me multiple years because I have to get back into reading, and then also some of these books are very long, and also I'm not gonna finish a book in a month. That's just kind of impossible for me, at least. So we have the reading goals, and then the book ratings that explains like the CAWPILE and how I'm gonna use my system, or how I'm gonna use my decimals to star rate my books. Then we have the book tracker and the on the list. Again, the book tracker is what I have read, and then on the list is what I want to read or what I'm interested in, and then the series tracker is of the books that have series to them. And I've done this as a double spread and 2 columns on each page, jeez Louise, so that I can fit as many series in as I can. But for pages like the series tracker and the book tracker, I think those are the only ones. Yes, they probably later on in the book get another spread if they get full. Like, that doesn't matter to me. This book has enough pages to do that. It's also B6, so I can hold a lot of books and pages and stuff. But yeah, this is the reading journal that I'm going to be using in 2025. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe down below. Also, check out the store that's going to be up soon, hopefully once I get myself together, really, where you can get books in comfort, as well as the star rating stickers and other stickers available there as well. I'll put out a notification of when the store actually gets live. It's very close to being live, but still. Anyways, like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Blessed be.